Predatory behavior in dogs can be really fascinating to observe. We see it pop up in different contexts, including actual prey acquisition, as well as in play behaviors. Dog play often includes chopped up little sequences of predatory behavior that are inhibited. The full sequence of predatory behavior includes search, eye, stalk, chase, pounce, grab bite, kill bite, dissect, and consume. In play, we'll frequently see eyeing, stalking, chasing, pouncing, and you'll see inhibited playful bites in many cases as well when a dog is playing with a social partner, when playing with toys, or when playing in a way that would not be considered social. Dogs might show the other parts of the predatory sequence as well, including our grab bites, kill bites, and dissecting. And in some dogs, we may see a problem with consumption during play. These would be our dogs who tend to eat the squeaker in the squeaker toy. Here we can see an example of the searching piece of the predatory sequence. Fredo is heading towards a spot where there's a bird feeder, and he anticipates that birds and squirrels are going to congregate there. You can see that as he's traveling towards it, his movement is extremely fast and intentional. He's very efficient. There's no bounce in his step like we might see in play, and he's not moseying along the way we might expect him to if he were just on a relaxing walk. He's moving fast in one direction with his head, his ears forward, and his tail high. Occasionally he drops his nose to sniff, and then he picks his head back up to scan. When he does finally get to the bird feeder, we see that freeze as he checks out the area, and we get some eyeing behaviors. But because there's nothing present, he quickly moves on to search for something else. Here we have a really distinctive example of eyeing behavior. This is the moment where a dog continues to watch a moving item before they decide to actually stalk or chase. Fredo spends several seconds just watching the toy move around before deciding he's going to make his move. Here we see a dog in a stalking posture. Unlike a fearful dog who's lowered their posture, here you can see very intentional forward motion. This dog is completely aiming towards the object of its attention. We have upward, forward-facing ears, bright, concentrated eyes, and although this dog has tension in its body, again, it's almost like the dog is spring-loaded towards the thing that it's paying attention to, rather than curved away like a fearful dog. This dog gives us some really great examples of a few different parts of the predatory sequence. We have our chasing, pouncing, grab bite, and kill bite. Dissecting is a really important behavior for our dogs. It allows them to complete this sequence of behavior, which often prevents frustration. Finding lots of creative opportunities to give your dog the chance to dissect can be very satisfying for them. As we've seen so far, there are plenty of appropriate opportunities for predatory play. However, in some cases, it's not appropriate. When our dogs are playing with another dog, person, or another animal they need to be social partners with, we want to see cooperation and that both animals are enjoying what's happening. Sometimes predatory play is not fun for the other party. In this case, we see that our beagle is actually a little bit anxious, pretty nervous about what's going on, and that our lighter tan dog facing him is displaying some predatory behaviors. The posture he's holding, with his elbows slightly lifted and his butt in the air, is referred to as a prey bow. Many of us are familiar with a play bow, which our dogs will show with their elbows fully planted on the ground and their butt lifted in the air, which is a negotiation signal that helps them to continue polite play. A prey bow, however, is an indication that the dog is perfectly willing to play at the other's expense and is generally not going to stop chasing, even if the other dog shows that they would like to stop. In most cases, you're going to observe predatory behavior in play with toys. Some dogs do, however, have a pretty strong drive to hunt and find actual prey. Depending on your dog's living situation, you may have to look for solutions to manage this. When your dog is playing with another dog or a person, it's a good idea to interrupt any play that looks particularly predatory.